Every year, the London Easter Parade in Battersea Park gets bigger and better. Indeed, if we had Mediterranean weather, we could give those Riviera processions a good run for their money. Contributing to the Londoners' holiday section, Portsmouth and Southsea hark back to the days of the open bus, though not even veterans remembered such gorgeous passengers on top. The Carnival atmosphere was helped by a float from San Remo, where flowers grow all the year round. A good cheer was earned by the girls modelling beachwear when mink coats wouldn't have come amiss. And how nice it was to see some folks from Jersey, where there's been a rash of honeymooners lately. Over to Goodwood and the International 100 for the Glover Trophy. Graham Hill, world champion, B.R.M. Here's Jack Brabham. And time for another ace driver, Bruce McLaren. It's near the start of the big race, 42 laps of the circuit. Roy Salvadori, a spectator today. Graham Hill looked a winner for 33 laps. In pursuit, Richie Ginther, and in his island, number 4. Fuel feed trouble for Hill, a delay he's not likely to make up. He's back in the race, but without much chance. Innes Islands, the winner in a Lotus B.R.M, 102.4 miles an hour. Bravo! No Easter would be complete without the Aldermaston marchers who approached the capital by way of Windsor. These are the people from all parts of the country who support the campaign for nuclear disarmament. The rest of the population believes that when every other big power is armed to the teeth, it would be suicidal to go unarmed. This marching is tough on the feet, hence the first aid post. To stop the world going up in smoke, they don't mind if their feet do. Up on the northwest coast, Morecambe went all out to make it a jolly Easter for everybody, all ages catered for. Let's get out of harm's way while there's time. Don't close it down, Dr. Beeching. For the junior Easter Bonnet Parade, they'd taken the precaution to say, if wet, in the Winter Gardens ballroom. And, of course, it was wet. But that didn't daunt the 6 to 12-year-olds. They know that the way to get into the big news nowadays is to be a model. And what assurance. First, second, and third. The winner, 5-year-old Sharon Home. For the Beau Brummels of today, a fancy waistcoat contest. A chance for father and grandpa to let themselves go. Fred Elvey won first prize. How he'll dazzle them back home in Carnforth. Now the comic Bonnet Parade, an invitation they couldn't resist in the Northwest. Comedian Brian Burton knows there's nothing that pleases a woman more than a new hat. The winner, Easter Excursion 1993. South to Burnham-on-Crouch with the amateur yachtsmen out in force. This is the sport that's attracting more and more people every year. They won't be satisfied till the coastal waters are as crowded as the roads and there are parking meters all along the shore. But never fear, the sea's a big place. Get out a bit and you've got a world to yourself. Holiday time at the zoo. Well, that's got everything. It's never failed yet and never will. In the hatching room, children learn that chickens, at any rate, aren't grown under bushes or drop down the chimney by stalks. And what fun for 2 chicks. They've been the zoo's youngest inhabitants for nearly 10 minutes. Goats never diet. They can eat anything. An attraction at Chessington, the new ranch house. It has all that any sociable animal could wish for. Why won't baby Jumbo join the fun? You see, it's a hard liquor joint. No place for a well-brought-up little elephant. And how splendidly he resists temptation. You have to admit, they do know how to knock it back. Sorry, sir, but it's more than our license is worth. So it's time, gentlemen, please. After all that fun, Whitehall, and pretty well the end of the great Aldermaston March. The campaigners for nuclear disarmament, Canon Collins at their head, had once again demonstrated that they hold their beliefs seriously. And in a democratic country, that's what every minority is allowed to do. At least, that's the theory, unless they make themselves a nuisance. The patient, law-abiding canon did his best to ensure that there would be no disorder. But before it was all over, 72 people were arrested, and the police had a busy time. Next time you speak to a London bobby, don't ask him how he enjoyed Easter. Distributed among the marchers were 15,000 condensed copies of the top-secret document dealing with official plans for running the country if there's a nuclear war. The Prime Minister declares it to have been a serious leak, though Russia, says Moscow, already knew of the plans. One way and another, there'll be a big to-do about this year's Aldermaston March.